I'm going to discuss about a most asked topic in our comments and which was asked by our subscribers. So the topic is little different topic, which is sex addiction. So first of all, you should know what is sex addiction. Sex addiction is simple term that a man would like to have sexual activity or masturbation or ejaculatory masturbation more frequently in a day, which means he would like to have around 2 to 3 sexual activities, or some unmarried people, they would love to have around 3 to 4 masturbation in a day, which will be continued daily in their life until it affects their health or their social well-being. So why do certain people have this urge to have multiple sexual activities, and certain people they would like to have sexual activity with multiple persons? It is common for men and women with these issues. So what happens in case of this sexual addiction? So for men and women with sexual addiction, they would like to have the orgasm which will stimulate their dopamine reward system in their brain. So simply for us to understand. So for a normal human being, water, food will, like whenever we are hungry or thirsty, when we take the food, our dopamine reward system will start to secrete, so we will get the feeling of satisfaction. So this dopamine reward system gets incorporated for the sexual activity or masturbation or ejaculation for men or women who has these issues. So whenever they get that sexual activity, their dopamine reward system will start to activate, which means, so whenever you take food, you get a satisfaction. So for the men or women with sexual addiction, whenever they have the activity or whenever they see something in the pornography or some nude or sexual content, their brain will get activated so that they feel satisfied. So it was not a much common thing in the last century because of the not much availability of the sexual content for the persons. But nowadays, it is a uprising and more alarming issues in our society. Especially, it's more alarming in India. Now it is a rising issue. So these people, because of the availability of the pornographic content in the internet, and easily they can access that, they are the persons who are continuously watching them, they will be easily getting addicted into this sexual habits. So the main issue for them is the repeated watching of this pornography, or will make them to feel that they should be having sexual activity regularly, and not only with the same person, they would like to have a sexual activity with different persons, because they are giving the visual input of the sexual activity of one man having sex with different persons, or a woman having sexual activity in different occasions. So this is a major and alarming issue which is happening in our society, which requires a proper psychological counseling, and it does not usually require any medication. It requires a counseling for them to come out of it, and with some community groups, we can easily help them to come out of it and lead a normal life after that, once they come out of it. So the health problems usually which comes with the sexual addiction can be classified into mental and physical. So mentally, all the persons with these issues, they will have an inferiority complex, because when a normal person, when they have food, they will be happy. But these persons, when they have a sexual activity or when they masturbate, then only they will be happy. So they understand that they are not like the normal people, and they do certain things to make them happy, which is not acceptable by the society, and which makes them feel inferior, because they are like kind of addicted to certain things. So this is the major mental impact which happens to them, which affects them in all their aspects of life, in social aspects, in their educational aspects, in their financial aspects, and even in their marital life, it affects them a lot. I had seen patients has been into this habit of sexual addiction. Once they get married, they had come and told me, Doctor, I will get a wonderful erection when I watch a pornography. But when I see my wife, I'm not able to achieve an erection. Why is the issue? It is when we evaluate him, he will be having a wonderful erectile function, but his brain, it is not giving the stimulus when he sees his wife because he gets bored of it. So we have to counsel them, and we have to counsel the female partner also to make them understand and come out of the issues. So this is regarding the mental aspect, and regarding the physical aspect, our body continuously makes sperm, and the sperm, the semen which comes out, it is made from secretions of testis, bulbourethral glands, prostate, and seminal vesicles. So once all these secretions combine and it comes out as semen, it is a lot of process energy which our body gives to make this secretion, and every masturbation or sexual activity, it takes a lot of energy from our body. So if we are doing that repeatedly, the first thing people used to notice is they will have tremors, which means, and the most common tremors they have is intentional tremors, which means when they are trying to take a pen or when they are trying to write something, their hands will be shivering. So this is the first and most common thing we see in a person with excessive, or else in a person with sexual addiction. The second thing which we see is the person will be always anxious, and he will be always secreting because his body's alarming hormones will be always in a higher range, so that his body will be always little tense, and the body, as the alarming symptoms increases, he will be always sweating, anxious, and all kind of these symptoms develop in him. So these are the major things which we see commonly in a person with sexual addiction.